Keith, same as last week, chance to look back at the game. What's your reflections on the Shrewsbury weekend game?
Generally, I've said to the players, I was very proud of them. I would say in possession it's probably the best we've been. When I look back on the video, we had a lot of possession, and again, it's not always how much possession you have, it's what you do with it. And from a tactical point of view, we worked out what they did and tried to play around them. And so all the stuff we'd worked on in training, they actually executed probably the best since I've been at the club. So that really pleased me. We done it so well that they ended up changing their shape, I think, twice in the second half just to try and stop us playing. So that's a reflection and a recognition of what we were doing well. Now, same old sort of story that for all of that, yes, we've lost a game and we didn't take our chances. I mean, and that's a reoccurring theme that's not good. So I'm not blinded by saying, oh, we passed the ball really well. We've lost the game because it was 2 poor goals. But again, the response to the early goal was really positive. I mean, there's certainly their headspace is in a different to when it was at Northampton. It was chalk and cheese at now. When I look back to Northampton, once the goal went in, there was no coming back. Now they're not like that, so that's good. And obviously Gibbo scoring a really good goal. So a lot of positives from the game. Disappointed that we're not in the draw. Of course we are. I'm gutted that we've lost the game, but the effort, the conditions are not easy at the moment with the pitch, with the rain. But it's the same for both teams. But there's a lot of confidence we can take from the game, and seeing them today in training, we highlighted what we've done well, and hopefully we can take that into the game tomorrow.
Sorry to push you on these chances, but some of them are golden. They really are gilt-edged. Is it confidence? Is it that word that's causing us not to finish these things off?
Mainly, yeah, I would say so. The chance that Brad had from the keeper's mistake. I said to him today, because something happened in training, funny enough, very similar, where he rolled it to Tristan scored. So I was like, it's deja vu, that. And he said he looked up and saw the goal. Obviously the goalkeeper wasn't there, didn't see Tristan. I mean, so it's no one's fault, that. If he'd seen him, he would have rolled it to him. And he said he looked up and thought about trying to lob the defender. So obviously that's a golden chance, isn't it? And but there was other opportunities as well. So at least we're creating chances, but we have to be braver. Maybe believe a little bit more that we are going to score. But that's easy to say when you're not scoring. So we just got to keep making chances, and hopefully we need to start taking them.
And the good things, it's important that we don't allow the defeat to knock us back in any way. Keep the good things going, keep doing the right things.
Well, that's where the process of what you're doing is so important, that you've got something to fall back on. And if you haven't got that, then you're in trouble. We definitely have got that in place, a way of playing that the players believe in. There's a confidence about us with the ball. A couple of people said to me, you would never believe where you are as a club as far as position in the league. You wouldn't have known who was the League One. All them sort of comments you get, which are nice, but the reality is we are where we are, and we've got 2 really important away games now this week. I always had my head on these anyway. Of course, I did everything we could on Saturday to win. But now my focus is really these next 2 games. Certainly Mansfield tomorrow. They're in a good little vein of form. I mean, I've watched their game against Doncaster on Saturday, and that would give them their unbelievable following. I think there's about 3,500 there. So they're in a good place. They're confident. It's a nice stadium and with a good pitch. So it's one we should look forward to, and it's winnable. But we need to be at our best.
I've got to ask you about the tennis balls, the undercurrent of that protest. Is that something that affects the players, or are you able to put that to one side?
I wouldn't say it affects the players. it affects the flow of the game. It can affect delaying the game, which obviously is a concern, because once the game starts, you want to obviously finish the game. So, sort of any sort of protests that actually affect the game being stopped, you end up with the referee making a report. So that doesn't reflect well on us as a club. I understand the protests and the reasons. The manner affects the game, because we had to stop and we had to clear the balls off the pitch. So it didn't affect the players, but it affects the flow of the game and obviously the recognition of what's going on.
That's something that you've got, isn't it? You've got an understanding, but I think you've said it before, just asking the fans to get behind the boys during those 90 minutes.
Yeah, and I've said it from the first day I walked in. I understand that there are issues that are ongoing, but generally there's small pockets that aren't happy, and there's other supporters that get behind the team, and it does make a difference, without a doubt. You ask the players. There was times on Saturday that they got. We was so dominant, and there was times where the fans got behind and created a good atmosphere, and that can only help. It must help. So I understand what's going on. I've only been at the club for a short period of time. It's not going to be solved overnight, but hopefully the fans can see what the team are trying to do. They're trying their best. They really are. They're giving everything. The running stats again hitting new highs. So the more we can support them on the pitch, the better we are going to be, without a doubt. So the players understand their jobs and roles, and our focus is obviously to win the next game, and that's where we are.
We've seen it before, and with that two-way street, when these fans in the last 3 or 4 games, when they've been behind us here at Brunton Park, it's loud, and it does affect what the players do on that pitch. It makes it a really positive experience.
Yeah, I try to make everything around me positive, whether it's the actions we do, what we say. We're not in a good position, but I don't talk about that. I talk about being positive, take the positives from the last game, taking them into tomorrow's game. And I think if you speak to the players, the dressing room, they're in a good place, but they also understand where we are. And we've got to win football matches. But the way to win a football match is to get an understanding and a structure, to build the confidence and belief. And that's what that's what I can affect in the dressing room and on the training pitch. And all I can ask is that the fans understand we're trying to do it for the right reasons, to try and get this club where we want to be. And the more we are together, the stronger we are.